Hi friends, welcome to Marco Insights. Meet Bob. Bob owns a chain of cafes and is the sole director and shareholder in his business. Bob is planning to open a new chain store and he needs to figure out a strategy to efficiently deal with all his stakeholders. For this, Bob refers to Mendelow's Stakeholder Matrix created in 1991 by Aubrey Mendelow. It is a simple tool to map and find out strategies for different type of stakeholders. Before we go into further detail, let's find out what are stakeholders. Stakeholders are any parties that can affect or be affected by an organization's strategy and policies. There are two types of stakeholders: internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. It can be very complicated to manage the competing interests of stakeholders simultaneously. Since these interests are often contradictory, they can cause conflict, disharmony, and a loss of productivity. To balance the conflicting priorities of stakeholders, the Mendelows Matrix analyzes their attitudes across two key variables: power and interest. Power. Power is the ability of a stakeholder to coerce, induce, or persuade another group to take a specific course of action. Interest refers to the likelihood that a stakeholder will be motivated to exert their power to have their needs met. Let's look at the four combinations of Mendelows Matrix. Number 1. Low power, low interest. These stakeholders don't have the influence to impact your business and are not interested in doing so. A simple strategy for them would be minimal need to engage or inform this group. But do keep monitoring these groups in case their status changes. Examples could be occasional individual customers or small suppliers. Next, low power, high interest group. These stakeholders have high level of interest in your organization but lower power in decision making. Example, employees. Strategy to manage these stakeholders would be to keep these stakeholders informed of plans and outcomes through communication and stakeholder marketing. Number 3. High power, low interest group. They tend to be powerful organizations such as banks, governments, law enforcement, insurance companies, and other regulatory bodies. They have minimal interest in your company but have the power to impact it greatly. The strategy for them would be to keep them satisfied so they do not exert their influence. Last, high power, high interest group. They comprise of directors, upper management, and investors who are actively involved in decision making and have the power to terminate a project if dissatisfied. Strategy for them would be to ensure the early involvement and participation. This way, their goals can be integrated with organizational goals, ensuring their support. So, for Bob's small local chain of cafes, the Mendelows matrix should look like this. This matrix will help Bob to understand how he has to deal with different stakeholders. Why don't you try out and draw a matrix for your own business? And we will meet you with a new concept in new video super soon. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.